Hey, this is Buzz Stone with episode number 18 of AirWaves. And on this episode, we're going to be taking a look at my D&R digital console or studio mixer. It's called the Webstation, and that's next on AirWaves. Hey, Buzz here with episode number 18 of Airwaves, and here we're taking a look at my D&R Webstation digital mixer, which I use for my home FM radio station. And I'll be giving you just kind of a quick rundown of the mixer here. Right now you see the mixer itself here and the keyboard. You probably saw these in the previous video that I did. As somebody told me, it's a very colorful studio I have here with all the buttons. But I'll be running down through these and also give you another quick peek at the automation and how the mixer, which is digital, links up with the automation software, how it all comes together. So I've got an overview here. I'm going to zoom into the mixer and kind of walk through the controls for you. Okay, here we are zoomed in on the mixer. And as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels on the board, and I'll run through those for you. The first 2 channels are used for microphones primarily. Right now I'm only using the first channel, and as a matter of fact, the audio you're hearing is running through that microphone and through the Q channel of this mixer. So we got channel 1 with the microphone, channel 2 I'm not using at the moment. Channels 3, 4, and 5, that's where I'm feeding the cart players from the radio automation program, which is called PlayoutONE. And there's actually 4 cart players in that program, but what I've done is I've got one of these channels is doing double duty. It's playing 2 of the carts instead of just 1 because it's just not necessary to have 4 separate carts on here. Now the last channel, channel number 6, this is called the Voice over IP channel. Now you can interface with a telephone on this channel, and what I'm using the channel for is for voice tracking with the automation program. You can do that, by the way, you'll see we have the green and red buttons at the top of each channel. You see these 3 here are green. That means they're in program and they're on. I leave these 3 up all the time. And then the red means that channel is off if it's in this first row. If it's in the second row, this is either the audition or Q channel. And because I'm running the microphone in Q, I have that lit up. So what I'm saying here is not going out over the air. It's only going through the Q channel. And that's the way the voice tracking works as well. You put this channel in Q, you can turn this pod up, and then what you will hear is what you're recording in your voice tracking on the automation program. So over here on the right, you'll see we have all these green buttons here. By the way, this is all configurable in a configuration program that comes with this mixer. And these are remote starts, and you can program these to start the different cart players in the radio automation. Right now I'm not using these, and there's a program called a keyboard mapper. Some of you may be familiar. And while I'm thinking about it, I have seen a video on YouTube where this mixer and a automation program called Myriad, I believe it was Myriad 5 maybe. They've already got all that mapped out for you and it's all ready to go. So if there's any Myriad users out there, the Webstation is already pre-programmed more or less to work with Myriad. But I'm not using Myriad. And over here, this is the Q channel or headphone monitor pot here. And this is the control room monitor. And by the way, also, you can set this up. This mixer has what's called the console out, or control room monitor is actually what it's called, CRM. and you can set it up in the configuration so that anytime you turn on this microphone or pot it up, it will automatically mute the monitor, which is the way commercial stations work as well. But you also have that option in here, which I do use. These pots up here, these are all your gain for each channel, and this is the type of input selection that you're using it for. That's basically the layout of the mixer. So what I'll do here now is I'll zoom in on the monitor, which is directly in front of the mixer, and show you some of the other features of this mixer. Okay, here we are zoomed in on the monitor. I actually have two monitors here that I'm using with the system, and I'll switch over to the other monitor here in a little bit to show you some other features. But this is the radio automation program, which is called PlayoutONE, and as I mentioned, you see down here at the bottom there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cart players on this program, and those are being fed through those 3 channels that I had potted up on the mixer. Over here on the right is actually the current playlist that it's going through, and over here on the left, this is the music library. You can search for songs if you want to insert a song into the playlist or something. But anyway, this video is not about this program, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. So when you install the Webstation, you've got some programs that you have to install on your computer that you're going to be interfacing with. One of those is the Webstation control. You see the icon here. The Webstation virtual keyboard. Now this is the program that lets you map out those green buttons that I showed you on the right, those 12 green buttons. It lets you set those up so they can start or stop whatever features you want to. And then you have also Webstation configuration up here, and this has, you'll see these tabs up here across the top. There's one, they call them modules, but that's each channel of the mixer. You can go in there and you can set the parameters the way you want. Like for instance, how you want the red and green lights to work. You know, do you want see, I've got it set up here so it says Q reset enabled by microphone. I have that checked, and I also have Q reset by fader. So in other words, when you pot up that microphone channel, whether either you turn it on manually by using the push button or you just turn up the fader, either way it's going to reset the Q on that channel. And but anyway, this is where you set all your parameters. I'm not going to get into the weeds real deep here and go through all that, but that is a program that comes with it. And Webstation control, that's actually the interface between the software interface between the mixer and your computer. So now I'll stop the video once again and I'll move over to the second screen. So here we are zoomed in on the second screen, and this here is the digital metering for Webstation. This is completely optional whether you want to use this or not, but because there are no analog meters on the mixer, some people like to be able to see their levels. So this is another program that loads onto your computer. It interfaces with the mixer, and you'll see here on the left you got your left and right stereo channels. This is left, this is right, this is left, this is right. What you're actually seeing here, you'll see one is the master and one is the control room monitor, like I was telling you about. You'll see also over here on the right, for instance, you see right now it says the microphone is not on. If I were to actually turn on the microphone, then that would light up, and the CRM, the control room monitor mute, would also light up, turn green. And I can't do that right now because if I do that, it takes it out of Q, and I'm using the Q channel for the microphone so I can do this video. You would hear the music that's currently playing, and then I would get a copyright infringement on my video, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to view it. So unfortunately, we can't do that. Yeah, it's showing the these channels down here as well, the 5 channels, and then the 6th channel, which is the voice over IP. So remember that I had the 3 channels up and the green LED was on saying the channels were on. That's also reflected here in the digital monitoring. And of course, in the center here you see the current time with the date. Program, just to let you know, I did a video on this prior, but in case you didn't see it, you might want to go back and check it. This is the X audio processor. This is the software program that does the final processing. This is after the audio comes out of the mixer before it goes to the transmitter. It goes through this program, which does all the final audio processing. Great program. I encourage you to watch the video if you haven't seen it already. So anyway, that's how all this comes together here with the Webstation. It's made by a company called D&R, and they're based in the Netherlands. It's a good mixer. If you shop around, if you're interested in purchasing one, I got mine from Progressive Concepts, which is somewhere up in Illinois in the Chicago area, and I got a good price on it because I had actually got it used. Somebody had bought it and decided it was a little bit more than they wanted to get involved with, so they returned it, and so I got it. It was like brand new. I got a good price on it, but I think their current price for this is around $959, and that includes shipping, which is a lot of money for a home studio, no doubt about that. But you're getting a digital mixer with a lot of capability, and if you've looked in it, if you've shopped for a mixer like that, then you realize that that's really not that bad a price. And of course, they make other digital mixers as well, getting on up there into the, I think they've got one like maybe close maybe to $10,000. So, but that would be using a commercial radio application. So anyway, I just want to give you a quick rundown here of my Webstation digital mixer that I use in my home FM studio. This is Buzz. This has been episode number 18 of AirWaves. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe. If you haven't already, be sure to share and like the video, and we'll see you down the dial.